everybody, I'm Drewbie and welcome to Resident Evil 2 Remake. Let's get to it. Alright, so at the start here, we're going to be at the gas station. And you're going to see a video at the right hand corner. Now, when you go to grab the key and you're coming back, you can't get by this zombie fast enough to go around him and to exit out the door. But if you're not fast enough, then you'll be able just to knee him in the kneecap, or shoot him in the kneecap to be able to get around him like that, just in case you do get stuck. Now I try to keep the next item that I need, like the key there, I try to keep it into my next, in my first slot of my inventory. That way it's easier to get to. But yeah, as you see here, trying to shoot him in the kneecap. And then discard the key. Yeah, don't forget to discard the key there. Yeah, if you shoot him in the kneecap, you'll be able to get around him easily if you get stuck. Up here, I'm gonna do something that's not gonna make any sense right now, but it will later, I promise. I'm gonna take some damage from the zombie, and the reason being is when Claire is in, it'll show in a second, costume. When she's in that type of costume, Claire gets a speed boost from it. And speed boost will actually allow me to get around certain zombies faster in a hallway coming up later. Now, with or without the speed boost, it shouldn't be too much of an issue to get around a lot of these zombies. But I wanted the boost anyways, because just to reinsure, your chances do go up if you have that speed boost on. See it go right once you get into the RPD, hit the switch, and then come all the way down here. We can get some handgun ammo over here. Now, there is the first aid spray, as you'll see here in a second in the other video, to the left side, that if you need it, it'll be in that room over there. But that's only if you really need it. Now, as for that speed boosting that I was talking about earlier, I wouldn't really recommend doing that on, you know, if you're doing this for the first time. I would wait until you get used to it. But yeah, as you saw there, I ran up to the door, ran back behind the desk there. It'll trap that zombie in the room the whole time, so you don't have to worry about it. This is where one of the speed boosts actually is good here. Get around these zombies here, because it is a tight corner. It's either that or shoot them in the kneecaps again. And get the knife there. But yeah, as long as you stick to the right like that, and keep going around, and then you take like a big turn to the left like that, you should be able to get around them zombies easily. But without that speed boost, there would have been a good chance that one of the zombies would have grabbed me. This is another good area where you can get where the speed boost could be useful as well. There's actually, we'll be back in this hallway later on, and you'll see a video coming up here real soon that if you want to get a board to board up a window to avoid at least one zombie, you can do that. However, it is a little bit out of the way, so I really wouldn't recommend doing it too much. But you know, that's just in case you really want to get around that zombie without any issues. I mean, it'd be great for like a beginner type thing, but really, as long once you start to know what you're doing, you'll be able to get around that easily. Not have to worry about it. That, and also shooting the zombie in the kneecap, because it'll stun lock them for like a few seconds. See, I just shoot this zombie down. You'll see me a lot when they're down like that, just taking one or two more shots to see if they're gonna move or not. So this one here, I like to cut the zombie's legs off, at least one of his legs off, so that way he doesn't get up and start chasing us and everything. And once his leg is off, then I'll shoot him in the head. And as you'll see in the other video here, you can go into this room here, shoot him until you shoot his leg off. And as you saw, the knife didn't work there all the way. I couldn't really get his leg off all the way, so I decided to shoot him the rest of the way. But I shot his leg off there. Now, that'll come into play later on. Now here, you do have the option of killing this zombie right here, because he's going to be a bit of a problem later on coming in RPG 2. 915.7 is the locker here, or is the safe code here. But that zombie will become a problem later on. You can either shoot him down now, as you saw there, or you can wait later, shoot him with a grenade, with a flame round. Or you can just avoid him altogether. And just kind of risk it. Like, I'll show that off later. So we get Ned, MRG. MRG actually is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Marvin's initials. And then we get the speed loader for the SLS, which makes the reload speed on the gun much faster. So up here we got a board and a green herb. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, well, I'll get a little bit of time. If you notice back in that one room where we trapped that zombie behind the desk, that cutscene that played back there, if you guys actually wondered why, oh yeah, ink ribbon, gunpowder, mixed herbs, and knife, put away and then take out nothing. But if you guys actually wonder why I take out cutscenes, one, way back when was to make the game faster, but another reason that I just came up with recently was I found out that there are certain scenes in this game that when I go to upload a video, that if I don't take out those scenes, I actually get 18 plus rating on my stream, which means if I get monetized, I can't make money from that video. So that is reason number 2 why I take out cutscenes. But yeah, shoot that zombie in the leg, grab the ammo there. Now, as you see up here, in the right corner, this is for the board to board up that window. So you would take the path as normal, as you see in the first video here. That zombie up there, don't worry about him. We'll come back and shoot him later. But yeah, this is on the top right hand side. This is if you want to go board up the window. You're going to take pretty much the same path as normal. And then once we get into the hallway here, and back into the main hall, then I'll show you exactly where the board is, and then you can go board up the window. There's a knife over here. Now, this zombie, as you saw earlier, I was trying to look down. When I looked down, I was trying to see if I could find her anywhere. And if she's close by, then I could just shoot her down. But here, she was actually being a bit of a troll and hiding between these bookshelves. So this took a little bit of time to try to get close to her and shoot her down. I wasn't trying to get way too close to her, because there's a zombie right there that's sleeping. If you get close to him, he'll actually wake up, and then you'll have to kill him too. But there is a easy way to get around him without waking him up. A lot of these zombies here won't be woken up until later. Oh yeah, back in that room with that safe, speaking of sleeping zombies, back in that room with that safe, there was a zombie sleeping at the right hand side of the desk, which, as you saw, me kept going around the left hand side. Always stick to the right hand side, or to the left hand side. Push these bookshelves now, because it'll make it much easier later for when we have to deal with Mr. X. That means we only got to push the bookshelves once. So stick to the far right hand side here. As long as you stick to the far right hand side like that, you won't wake up that one zombie over there. So up here we got our puzzle. We got a puzzle, the medallion. I believe this one was lion, twig, eagle. Yeah, lion, twig, eagle. Lion, herb, eagle, twig, herb, whatever. Yeah, with this playthrough, there's going to be a lot to explain. So if I get a little confused or anything like that, just don't mind it. There's so much to explain with this. Alright, so as you see in the top left-hand corner there, this is where you actually go get the board. Unlock that door there so that way we can get rid of that key later. I'll be upstairs to unlock that door in a few minutes. But yeah, as you saw, I grabbed the board up there. Now you can go and board up this window here if you want to avoid the zombie. Now, if this is like one of your first times doing hardcore mode and you want to get around the zombie easily, then you could just do that. It's going to waste a little bit of time, but you'll be able to get around him easily. But like I said, there's 2 other ways you can do it as well later on. 6 to 11. Yeah, 6 to 11 for that. That's for the J and B that we're going to get later on. Oh yeah, with that last chest, it was put away the handgun ammo and the gunpowder and the knife. So you guys saw that down there anyways. You got that card there. That'll get the grenade launcher later. Now that key I did not discard until I got down to the bolt cutters. Right before I picked up the bolt cutters, I'll discard the key. That way the bolt cutters will go into my first slot, and then I can just quickly tap X to open up the doors.
This is bad. I've got zombies everywhere.
See, yeah, this next room here is where I was talking about with the zombie that went over the desk. Now, as long as you did that, what I did in the beginning there, then that zombie will be trapped in that room. You won't have to worry about him. Use the bolt cutters on this door here. This door is a pain to actually trigger to open up. You have to get right on the X. You got the flash grenade there, handgun ammo there, the valve there, and then the white gunpowder there, and then that there. As long as you stick to the left-hand side, you should never have to worry about dealing with that zombie. But if he does get too close to you, just pop him in the knee. You don't have to worry about those zombies there. For some reason, they'll never come out to the main hall. I don't know why. Even that door's wide open. So here we got... We got a chest there. The first aid spray, gunpowder, the J&B clip, and the flash grenade you just put up. Now if you put up the board on this window, then you can avoid this zombie up here and you won't have to worry about him. But if you didn't board up the window, there's 2 ways you can get around him. Just run like that, stick to the left like that. As long as you stick to the left, you should be alright. Or just shoot him in the kneecap. And then as you saw, I was trying to ease my way around that corner there. That zombie could be anywhere. That zombie, as soon as you get around that corner, like the second you get around that corner, he could be right there. Or he could be at the other end of the hallway. He's very, very RNG and really no good way to get around him too much. So we got the detonator there. Alright, so if you lock that one zombie in the room here, this is the best way to get everything. 109 for the passcode there. This is the best way to get everything that you need. The handgun ammo. And then just run around the locker here. And then pick up the grenade launcher. Yeah, I was tapping X as fast as I could. Backing up just a little bit to pick up the grenade launcher. And then just running around the other way just to get around him there. So equip your grenade launcher. We'll be using that later. This zombie here, don't worry about her. She's just going to fall over the stairs like an idiot. She'll be trapped down there the whole time, so you don't have to worry about her. That guy that you shot in the leg over there on the right hand side, you should never have to worry about him whatsoever. Cap for the code here. Got the flame rounds. And then use the valve on this right here. And then we got some gunpowder in this locker here. Some flame rounds there. Now, with this liquor, just kind of like in the original, you're going to have to walk,
The hell is that?
keep walking slowly down the hallway to avoid them. And we'll do that there in a minute. Got the battery, combine it with the detonator, flame rounds, flash grenade, gunpowder. And then this is where I picked up the first aid spray and used it because I don't need that speed boost anymore. I just needed it for the 2 hallways that I went down just to make Claire move faster. Yeah, so as long as you stick to the right hand side here, you won't have to worry about the liquor. He'll be on the left hand side over there. And then once you get close enough to the door, you can run and make it just in time. Like, as soon as you get close enough to the door, you can run out without him grabbing you. So here we got the fish, scorpion, and pot. Now up here is a liquor. When you shoot or when you blow up the area just to get to the medallion, you're gonna keep hearing liquor, but don't worry about it. He actually will not come into play until after you grab the medallion and you run out of the room. And there's an easy way to get around him. So go out this door here, because if you open this door, then the bookshelf will not fall over when that explodes. When that explodes and you don't open the door, the bookshelf will fall over, and then you'll have to go and lift up the bookshelf. Shoot that zombie in the head until he's down. He could take up to 6 shots. This one, it was a woman's head, bow and arrow, and snake. I did mess up on this puzzle here. Now with this liquor though, as long as you stick to the left hand side, he will never ever ever grab you whatsoever. If you stick to the left hand side and just turn right like that and run straight out, you never have to worry about him. But if you do not feel comfortable, you could use an acid round on him. However, be careful with using acid rounds because we're going to need about 34 of them coming later on in the game. But if all goes correctly, you should end up with about 4 acid rounds by the end of the game. So, however, I really wouldn't recommend using the acid rounds just yet because we're going to be using 2 here in the next fight. Coming up next, we got William. So here, just put up flame rounds, flash grenade, and take 2 knives. Yeah. Flame rounds, flash grenades. Put back the flame round after equipping the acid rounds into your grenade launcher. And put back that extra flame round. Yeah, I forgot to combine them 2 together to get the acid rounds, so make sure to do that as well. You could have done that back in the STAR's office. Yeah, just put back the, after taking out the flame round out of the grenade launcher, just put the, flame round back into the chest. So up here we got G1. Make sure to have your knife equipped too. So at the beginning of the fight, what you want to do is you want to keep slashing him. And always wait for different audio cues, like when Claire says certain lines, then that'll know, you'll know when to back up. Like she'll say this thing's gotta go down. As soon as she says that, you want to back up off of him as quickly as possible. Equip the grenade. We just picked up a hand grenade on the ground there.
Hello?
So after she says this thing's gotta go down, back up, equip the hand grenade, toss the hand grenade, and then run back up to him, knife him again. Now there is a chance while you're in the middle of knifing him, he will grab you, and he does do this to me here. But if he does that, then just use the knife on him and toss the grenade. And then I was trying to figure out what next. But yeah, just keep knifing him. Now, yeah, as you saw, he grabbed me here, so I used the knife on him. But he was like 1 or 2 swipes away from going down. Now, as soon as he goes down, you can keep knifing him. But as soon as he starts to stand back up, go into your inventory, get your flash grenade, throw the flash grenade, run right back up to him, knife him again. He should go down. He should not be able to grab you whatsoever. He should go down. But then as soon as he stands back up, equip your grenade launcher. Back up a little bit too. Get some distance. Shoot the acid round at him. I do this because it makes the fight so much faster. And so less irritating. So if you come around the corner here and wait for him to come around. If he doesn't come around though, like he didn't here, then you'll just have to go chase him like way up here. But he did finally manage to come back around, and I got him there. And then the rest of the fight is just use the handgun on him. It should not take actually very many shots here. The fight actually ends right up there. He did that swipe. If he swings his thing down like that, then you have enough time to get a few shots on him. So we got some handgun ammo here, grenade here. Now only use hand grenades when I tell you to, because we'll need about 7 of them by the end of the game for the last fight. It actually makes the fight so much easier, it really does. Now I was trying to find that one other area. I normally, when I do playthroughs of this, I don't normally go around these areas here to pick up all this stuff, except for the hand grenade. But I normally don't come this way to pick up everything else, so I got a little confused on where I was. But I just wanted to show off in case you do take damage. By the way, your first save, I would have done that back before the William fight as well. I'm sorry, yeah, I should have mentioned that earlier, but I had so much to explain there. So, for your first save, do it back at, before the William fight, back in that office back there. Because you're allowed 3 saves too, by the way. If you're trying to go for the S rank. But I didn't make my save there because I was confident with the strat that I came up here. I was confident that the fight was going to go easily. So I didn't worry about it. I'll actually make my first save in the RPD back in the Chief Iron's office coming up here soon.
Well, hopefully you'll get to see her.
So up here in this chest, just put everything away and grab the J and B clip.
Where's your dad? He,
Yeah, there's just so much going on, especially at the beginning of the game with all that stuff that I had to explain. There was just so much going on. So if I missed something,
both of my parents are gone.
just ask me in the comments and I'll explain it to you. But up here, just activate this, get out of the menu, and you have that cutscene with Chief Iron.
Okay. Key card first. Then that asshole gets what's coming to him.
So in here, grab everything in this room right up here, because later on, if you come back here to grab it, after you grab the key that we're about to grab, zombies will wake up and you will have to deal with them. So grab everything right now. The toolbox and the flame rounds. So up here we got liquors. In this section right here, you can run all the way up until the next door. You don't have to worry about him. He'll disappear until we come back out. But yeah, just kind of like in the original, just walk. Grab over here is some white powder. As long as you stick to the left hand side and then the right hand side like this, you should be okay. Now, once coming back into the room, if you do accidentally run into the room, you can just run back out. As you saw, I got like about close to the door there, then I ran out. You can just walk the whole way out, by the way, and not have to worry about them. But coming back into that room though, if you do accidentally run in, just run right back out, and the liquors will actually go onto the walls. You don't have to worry about them. You got the flash grenade there, got the key here. Now, as soon as you grab this key here, the zombies are gonna wake up. So just quickly hit circle or whatever your backup thing is, and just run right out. That zombie will never grab you. See, as you saw here, I accidentally ran in. I purposely ran in just to show this off. But you'll have to wait a few seconds for him to hit the door and stuff like that. Once he's done, you'll be able to go back into the room. And then they should be on the wall. Now, keep walking the whole time here, and stick to the right-hand side because we get that liquor up there. He's going to move to the left wall, so you won't have to worry about him. But as long as you stick to the right wall like that, you'll be alright. And then once you get close to the door there, you can just run out. And then examine the toolbox here. And then we got the key there. Examine the key. Hit the button there. And then now we got the J&B gun. And then you can just combine the clip with the gun. Discard the key. And just combine the gun with the clip, and then now we got the full J&B gun.
Must be where that guy came from.
We got some gunpowder in here, some white gunpowder. The stock. Don't equip that to your grenade launcher yet. That goes for the grenade launcher. Don't equip that to the grenade launcher just yet, because it'll actually take up 2 slots, and we need all the slots that we can get. We'll actually be equipping that later on before G2, I believe. Yes, G2. So up here in this chest, put away both gunpowders, the stock, the flash grenade, and then take out the grenade launcher. And then coming up here, we got our buddy Mr. X. That's going to be fun. He's actually not too bad. He really isn't. Oh, yeah. Like I said, this is where I made my first save. I would do it back. Yeah, like I said, I would do it back with William before the William fight, G1. And definitely do it before G2. That's where I did mine. Because I knew that fight was going to be a pain in the ass. But come up here, grab this picture here. We get the heart key. Now, I usually wait until... Yeah, I forgot to move it to my first slot there. But I usually wait to get the heart key out of the picture when I examine this door up here. Because you can examine the key and then take it out and then use the key on the door, and then it makes it a little bit easier. So that way you don't have to go back into your inventory. So up here we got 2 zombies. Yeah, grab that flash grenade. That flash grenade is actually very important for a couple of reasons, and I'll explain that here coming up. But use a flame round on him. Run back, grab this here, the gear, and then use the other flame round on this zombie right here, and then go through the door. Now the reason why I go back, grab the gear after shooting that first zombie, is you do have to wait a few seconds for the zombies to burn, because if you run up towards them, you could actually take damage from them. So that's why I shoot the first zombie, go back, grab the gear, then go shoot the second zombie and pick up those flame rounds too. And yeah, so up here we got this lady up here, this zombie lady up here. Now, you'll see coming up here a video of where I used a knife on her. Now, people have said use a knife on her and it will knock her back and then you'll be able to go through. But there are, from time to time, incidents to where you shoot her or where you stab her with a knife and you're trying to run back upstairs. She'll actually grab you as you're trying to run back upstairs. So that's why I use the flame rounds against her instead. It makes it so much easier. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time. So I just got in the habit of shooting her with the flame rounds. There's handgun ammo over there if you need it. But try not, and then there's a red herb right there by the flare. But try not to pick too many items up because we're going to be running out of room here soon. We got Mr. X here, so just run back out into the hall here, or into this area here, and just run around him like that, and then you should be able to avoid him. Got a wide enough area. But yeah, our inventory is going to be stocked up here soon, so try to be careful. If you take damage, that's when you can grab that green herb there and then use it. The handgun ammo, though, you probably could pick up and still have enough room, if I'm not mistaken. So up here in this room where I was showing off in that safe room where I shot that one zombie in that other video, if you did not shoot him, there's two things that you could do here. You can use the grenade launcher against him. You'll have enough flame rounds for the rest of the game, so don't worry about that. You can use the flame rounds against him, or you could just not worry about him and just keep running out like I did here. There is a liquor in this hallway, so walk the rest of the way to the next door. There's a green herb up there if you need it. And then up here we got the jack handle and a grenade. As soon as you pick up these two items, Mr. X is going to start coming. So wait a few seconds until he comes through the door. Now there are times that Mr. X likes to take his time to come through that door. So you might have to wait like about 30 seconds or so before he decides he wants to come through that door. So here, you can run out like this. As long as you stick to that path like that, then you'll be able to run out. And then you can run past that sleeping zombie right there. We're not going to be back in this room, so you don't have to worry about him. So up here, yeah, we're going to be waking up all these zombies here. Because coming back up here in this room here, the zombie that was sleeping in the library, we're going to wake him up too. But like I said, we're not going to be coming back to these rooms anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you push the bookshelves earlier the way that I did, you only need to push it right once here. And then climb this ladder. Oh, one thing I forgot about to explain about the ladder. Do not climb up the ladder until right here. Because if you do climb up the ladder any sooner than that, you'll wake up that zombie down there. Yeah, just make sure not to climb up the ladder until the Mr. X section. Shoot this zombie here with a flame round and then you'll be able to get out. Now coming up, as soon as I come back out of this room, that flash grenade, if you picked up earlier, there's a chance that Mr. X is going to get in our way. He'll be down the hallway where we're supposed to be. So if he's down the hallway to where you need to go to next, use the flash grenade on him. However, if he's nowhere near you and he's down the other side of the hallway, then all you got to do is just run up, avoid that zombie there, or shoot him in the kneecap and then get past him. If you do not use that flash grenade, save it for later, because we're going to use it against a couple of zombies. If you do use that flash grenade, then I'll show off another method to where you can get past a couple of zombies that are coming up.
That worked.
So after doing all the putting all the gears together and everything, there's some gunpowder back here. And then don't forget to pick up the parts over here. There are times I forgot to pick up these parts here and had to come back for them. So yeah, always make sure to pick up those parts there. So yeah, as you saw, I was waiting a few seconds to see if Mr. X was down the hallway here. If he's not down the hallway, then just shoot that zombie in the leg if he's in your way. You do have a wide enough spread to get around that zombie if you need to, though. And then up here we got our next puzzle. This game actually had way more puzzles, better and harder puzzles than the original had. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, there are more puzzles in this game. So with this puzzle up here, I numbered them 1 through 16. So as you'll see, so if you go right to left from 1 to 16, it's going to be 3, 5, 14, 12, 11, 11, 11. So 11 3 times. But yeah, I just made it so much easier to, number these puzzles like this. And then coming up here is another puzzle with the Sherry block. So I'm going to go ahead and explain that right now. So if you do take the last block and rotate it to half a star. Yeah, half a star, half a triangle. And then you move block 1 to block 3. And then half a circle, half a star. And then rotate block 2 to half a triangle, half a star. And then block 1 to half a square, half a triangle. And then you should be able to get it. There is an achievement here too, by the way, with speed. With how fast you do the puzzle.
What is this?
But as long as you follow what I did there, you should be able to get around that easily. Now up here is the Sherry section. I'll tell you what, so much easier. A bit of annoying to go through, but it's a lot easier than the original, where I was dodging dogs. But no, with this section, it's more like a waiting game. However, I did speed up a few parts, as you'll see coming up, just to make it go a little bit faster. But yeah, when I speed up parts, it's like where she's standing still and she can't move for like a good few seconds or 15 seconds or whatever.
That must be the door out of here.
As you see, I didn't speed up the whole section. But not much here, just you have to go grab the key from
No,
Chief Irons.
It's him.
And then as soon as after the cutscene is over with, you want to go immediately to the right. You go immediately to the right here. There's a chair there that you can get stuck on, so be very careful.
You are gonna be so fucking sorry.
Go away! Help! Somebody, please!
You stupid bitch, that's a dead end.
Run to this area right here. Now, there are certain audio cues that you can pay attention to know when to move.
It's all over now. Doors closed.
As you saw, I sped this up a little bit.
Where are you? Show yourself.
So yeah, when he says, "I know you're here," you can just move around to this area over here. And then I believe when Sherry says, oh God, then you can move around over to the other side, as you'll see here. Yeah. Move around to the other side here. And I forgot what he said up here. But yeah. Okay, yeah, he says, God damn it. And then you can just get up and run around like that. And then hide underneath this desk here. So yeah, always listen out for those audio cues. And you'll be able to move around without any issues. Okay, we're going to be stuck here for a minute. Now, as soon as she runs to that desk over there, you can actually move Sherry out. And then move her up just a little bit to get closer to the door. And then run up, grab the key, turn around. And then run to this door over here. Now, what's really cute about this is that a lot of times I can make it to that door before he starts saying, I see you. Like, he'll get to the word I, and then I'm already at the door. So if you know if you've got that, then you're good here. And then we got our Shining moment. If you guys ever seen that movie, The Shining. takes an axe through the door,
I'm coming to you, Sherry!
and then just runs straight up to the door.
Get over here, you little bitch!
And then now we're back as Claire.
Just you wait, asshole.
So yeah, we're gonna put away the key, the flash grenade, the knife, the handgun ammo, the grenade, gunpowder, and then take out flash grenade, flame rounds, and then 60 handgun bullets. Yeah, because up here we got the other Mr. X section where he's gonna chase us. And then we got the dogs, which that's gonna be fun. But I did find a good way around the dogs, except for the last dog that we had to deal with. And you guys will see up there. Yeah, not much to the Mr. X section. As soon as you put the card into the gate, he'll pop up. And then the only thing that you can do, well, actually there's two things really you could do, but the safest way is to really run around this cop car coming up here. The other way is to bait out his attack. What you could do is you could, and I didn't have a video for that, but you could run up to him, back up a little bit, he'll take a swing as you're running up to him. He'll take a swing and then run up to him again, back up, and then he'll take another swing, and then you'll be able to get to the gate. But that's too dangerous. That's way too dangerous. I would not do that. So run up to this gate here, and the zombie will fall over. And then run around like that, and then keep running around. Run around this car right up here. Now, if both zombies aren't out of the gate, you might have to run around that black one right around right over there. But if both zombies are out of the gate, then you just make your way straight to the gate. And then once you get past the gate here, Mr. X will stop chasing you.
Looks like
It's the second to last time you'll encounter Mr. X anyways. So up here, there's a lady zombie on the ground. You can shoot her in the leg until her leg falls off, and then you'll be able to get around her there. Now with these dogs, you can use your handgun with them the whole time, but I prefer to use one flame round against this dog. At least one flame round against this dog coming right up here, because what he'll do is he'll jump onto the car, and then you can shoot him down with the handgun. But there are times where he jumps off the car and then he'll run around the car and then try to chase after the player. So I use the flame round instead, as you'll see right up here. I use the flame round instead. I take one shot of the flame round once he jumps up, and then switch to my handgun, and then take 3 shots at him, and then he's dead instantly. But as you saw there, when you're trying to shoot at him, you take damage, because there's a good chance to run around the car here. Now you could use a flame round against this dog here, but there was a couple of times where I kept missing my shots with flame rounds. So I just, as long as you point your gun and just don't move your gun and keep shooting at him like that, then he won't be able to get back up, or he won't be able to get around you and chase you. Take care of that dog as quickly as possible, because he likes to hop the gate. I had that done to me too. And I kill that dog down. And then we got one more dog up here. Now once we get onto the bus, there's going to be a zombie up there. Going to shoot him in the leg. There's a grenade round, or a hand grenade up there on on the right hand seat. And then we got our last dog here. Now with this dog, kind of zigzag your way around. If you see the door right up there, kind of zigzag your way around to the door here. But there's nothing you can do, because as you see here, I got grabbed by the dog. So you just gotta kind of get around him as quickly as possible. Just kind of like zigzag your way around. As you saw, I get grabbed twice by that dog there. I did make it through though. I did make it through. If you do get clipped by the dog, you can run upstairs,
I have the pendant.
and there's a first aid spray in that bathroom where Chief Irons was. So down here is our last encounter with Mr. X. Nothing too much to it. Just run straight to the elevator.
Sherry, where are you? Claire, Sherry, I'll be right there. Go, go, go!
What is funny about this part though is if you do have that speed boost that I was showing off in the beginning of the game, if you have the speed boost and you make it to this gate, then the cutscene will keep playing after this cutscene, or the dialogue between Sherry and Claire will keep playing when you're in this area right here. So it's pretty funny. High powered rounds, yeah, put that back into the chest, and then yeah.
Sherry, can you hear me?
So there is some white gunpowder here over to the left hand side. Pick that up. Yeah, so with the acid rounds, if you use the 2 acid rounds, I believe it was, at the beginning of the game, well, during the G1 fight, the rest of the acid rounds, though, are going to go to G3. We're going to be using that. Now here, if you use that flash grenade against Mr. X, you can use the grenade launcher against these zombies right up here. So yeah, make sure you have like 2 other flame rounds equipped with you. So you shoot that zombie there, shoot that zombie there. Grab the flame rounds here. Yeah, you could actually use those flame rounds there against that last zombie if you needed to. And then up here, put away the handgun ammo, the grenade, the high gunpowder, the grenade launcher, and the flame rounds, and then take out 60 handgun ammo, and then 1 flash grenade. Now up here, I did make a little bit of a mistake. As soon as you let the elevator thing down, whatever it is, and then you run up, and then go to the left-hand side to grab the tool, I forgot to grab the tool, so I had to come all the way back up to grab it. Now, normally, a lot of people like to go to the right side, and I wanted to make sure my flash grenade was equipped. A lot of people like to go to the right side, but I go to the left side for the spark shot first. You guys will see coming up here in a minute. And then the second mistake that was made was I got grabbed by that zombie in the yellow vest right there. You can gun these guys down before they reach you, but for some reason he was being very, very, very difficult and wound up getting me right there. But he was actually 1 shot away from dying anyways. But at the time I didn't know that, so I made sure that he was dead. But technically he was 1 shot away from dying, which was stupid. But if that does happen, then you can just use that herb there. Kill this zombie here. Make sure he's dead. As you see, I make sure that he is dead because there was at least 1 time where I thought he was dead and he wasn't. See, as you saw, I forgot the tool there and I had to go all the way back up. But yeah, I like going to the left side first because I can pick up the spark shot. And I'd rather pick up the spark shot. Although, the bad thing about that is that you do have to make an extra inventory trip. Because you won't have enough room for the rest of the items. But I think it's worth it because it's very, very hard to get around these enemies coming up here. But I equipped the flash grenade. Now, people say don't use the flash grenade around this guy because what he does is he does knock you back and you can't get around him or something like that. I forgot exactly what they said. But I do use the flash grenade because there's a chance when you're trying to get by him, he will grab you, and then there's nothing you can do about it. So the flash grenade to me does work pretty well here. It really does. So I'd rather get knocked back a little bit and then try to go to the next area. See, yeah, it is possible to get around him without grabbing you when you're sticking to the right wall like that. But yeah, just head towards the right, the red light up there. You don't have to worry about him until probably after we come back out. But yeah, as long as you turn clear to where you see the red light, run, start walking towards the red light, and you should be alright. So up here we got the chest puzzle. Well, the chest pieces. Was that queen? Yeah, I think that was the queen piece. Yeah, put the queen piece into this one. There's a zombie right up here. Shoot him down because he'll get in the way later. And just make sure he's dead. But yeah, with those G mutant guys, even when you try to get around them, and you know you've heard other people say, well, they're not going to grab you. They do grab you. So it's just much easier to have a flash grenade. You grab the king piece, put the king piece into this one, grab the spark shot. And I'm telling you, spark shot makes this area so much easier. So it's actually worth it just to go back to the chest. Grab both pieces, the king and the queen. Put the queen into this one. Put the king into this one. Grab the queen here, and then you'll have to go back and grab the king. Unfortunately, that's the only way to do it. So up here, the G mutant node can be random. He'll either be right in front of you as soon as you're ready to drop down, or he'll be over up ahead. But if he's right in your way like there, just take the spark shot, shoot him once, and keep moving up. As you saw, the second G mutant was coming, so I usually do one full charge on him while moving up, and then I'll be able to get around him. But the other G mutant was coming up, so I had to let go sooner, and I was luckily able to get around him. So this one, just run up to him, run back, running back, he'll dive down, and then just run forward, and you'll be alright. He won't grab you or anything. But if you do feel uncomfortable, you can use the spark shot against him. You'll need 3 more spark shots, though. Make sure you have 3 left, though. Because we're going to be using that against one more G mutant coming up. Yeah, like I said, this is worth it to go back. So we could put the oh yeah, grab the flame round. Yeah, 1 flame round and then 1 grenade, and the grenade launcher. And then with the chest piece here, you got right wall, pawn, queen, king. So you don't have to move the pawn at all. So don't worry about moving the pawn. So just do the queen and the king. And then take the knight one here on the left wall. And then put in the bishop. And then the knight at the last one. And then the rook. We're going to go and grab that right now. So yeah, make sure you have the grenade launcher and 1 flame round too. And then as the gate's coming up, come all the way around here, and then there should be a hand grenade right here. And then with this guy here, he's going to take up to 3 shots to kill. So aim to his right side like that. And then it'll blow up. Now, yes, you can't get around him by doing certain tricks, if you guys have seen in other runs. But there are times when you're trying to climb back down, he'll come back up very quickly and then grab you. So I just rather kill him with a spark shot to the done and over with. Yeah, as soon as his thing blows up and his eye is exposed, then aim for the eye and shoot him. And then up here, grab the ammo there for the SLS. And then equip your grenade launcher. This zombie here, kill him. Now the reason why I don't use the handgun against him is because once you start shooting at that zombie here, you'll get these other zombies' attention. And by the time you're trying to shoot him and kill him, that zombie right there, the other zombies will be at that door. So I just use a grenade launcher against them. So as long as you're fast enough like that, you can run up, grab the rook piece, and then get out. And then right up here, we got another we got a big menu. Oh yeah, over here is the safe 2, 12, 8. And then you'll get the piece for the SLS, which kind of makes it to a Magnum gun. And we're going to be using that against G2. So this is where I do make my second save. So you put in the rook piece here, and then door will open.
All right,
And then we're gonna put up the spark
On my
shot,
way.
the tool, the high-powered rounds. After reloading your SLS, by the way, make sure to equip the other piece of the SLS before putting up the rounds. And then take out the stock, 6 flame rounds, 1 flash grenade, the SLS gun, ink ribbon if you're going to save here, and then your biggest amount of ammo. See, as you saw, I put away the other ammo there. I wanted to get out at least a good amount of ammo, handgun ammo. Now, technically, if you saw other runs of this, you don't need the handgun, but for some odd reason, I was doing the strat just right that I learned from other people, and for some reason he was not dying at all. So that's when I decided to take the handgun with me, because I'm guessing he was like 1 or 2 shots away from dying. So just to be on the safe side, I took the handgun with me. So yeah, equip the stock with the grenade launcher. I took that shot there just so I could reload the high power rounds into the SLS. But yeah, that's why I was taking the handgun with me. He was being such a pain in the ass, not dying. However, you can't kill him instantly. You have to kill him with a crane, as you'll see coming up. But this fight, this is why I make the save here, because this fight can be stupid. And you do have to do this in a certain order. Well, I grabbed those mixed herbs there because I wanted to make sure I was at full health because of that bite that I took earlier. But here, there is a blue herb on the ground. Green herb, and then we got a red herb coming up. Now, if you do use that, you're going to get a shield around Claire. And the shield will actually not take so much damage. Like, if you were to swipe you without using those herbs right there, up, or 1, 2, 4. Yeah, if you were to use those herbs, if you weren't supposed to use those herbs, or if you didn't use those herbs there, then when he hits you, you'll take damage, or you'll be in danger health. But if you use those herbs there combined like that, when he hits you, you'll actually be in caution health. So yeah, I usually just stand here. You can use a flame round against him. So grab 7 if you want to use a flame round against his arm there to make it go by a little bit faster. But I don't, because it is really not worth it. But I just take the handgun here and then just shoot him in the arm every time until he starts walking up towards the door. But as soon as you start hearing the door get knocked down like that, equip your grenade launcher, run up a little bit, turn around, shoot him with the flame round.
Should have known.
Do be careful though, because I actually at first I'd never preferred to do that because there was a chance he could catch up to me, so I stopped doing that. However, I think that could have been part of the reason why he wasn't dying on me quickly. So I decided to go ahead and redo that and just take that shot there. Hit the button here, grab the flash grenade and the knife, throw the flash grenade, hit him with the flame round, grab the SLS, shoot him 5 times with the SLS until he drops down like that. Grab the hand grenade, throw the hand grenade at him, and then equip the grenade launcher, shoot him with the grenade launcher, and then equip the flash grenade. Wait for him to stand up before you throw the flash grenade though. And do it quickly, because if you don't, then he will hit you. So hit him with the flame round again. And again, hit him twice with the flame round, like that. And then as soon as he drops down, hit that button there. Hit him with the flame round again, and then equip your handgun. And just keep firing at him. He will start to come back up, but by the time he stands back up, that crane's already knocking him down. Yeah, that's why I was using the handgun though, because yeah, that after I did all that, he still would not die. So when I took the handgun with me and I used the handgun right there at the end, he finally died. So I'm like, okay, so he was like 1 or 2 shots away from dying. Now we got the last section, the lab. Now with your final save here, you can seriously just make it anywhere. The lab is actually not too bad to go through, it really isn't. But I went ahead and made my save coming up. Not at the beginning of the lab, but once I get about
Hold on, Sherry.
to a certain spot.
You're gonna be fine.
But yeah, the lab is probably the most easiest part.
Sherry.
You could probably just make it before G3, really. That save.
Good. Cable car.
So not much here. Just got to carry Sherry to that room coming up here. You got to go through doors. However, like I said, the lab is pretty easy, but the only there is one section though where it could be a bit of a pain to get through, and it's with a couple of liquors. But I did find a way to get around them quickly.
Welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
You got that there. There's some flame rounds here. Now, if you didn't pick up the grenade launcher and the RPD, it'll be actually right there where the flame rounds were. They're just gonna put away the J&B gun, knife, SLS gun, handgun bullet, grenade launcher, and then just all you need is a spark shot for this part. So in this room coming up here, you want to go right as soon as you get into the room. Grab the hand grenade here. Grab the spark shot ammo here, or the needles. And then there's some handgun bullets on that table over on the right hand side, but I wouldn't worry about that whatsoever. As long as you take that path, the zombies will not mess with you whatsoever. However, up here there is one zombie that likes to be a troll. He can't be hurt, but this is why I used spark shot against him. So ease up to the door like this. Now he could either be in front of the door, to the right of the door, or to the left of the door, but he was to the right, to the left of the door. As you saw, I accidentally wasted one shot on him, which is fine because he's going to have enough anyways. And then just use a power charge on him and then you'll be able to kill him instantly. And then that combines with the spark shot, and then it makes the charge a lot faster. Get the card there, and the flame rounds. But yeah, as long as you just ease yourself up to the door to where it opens enough, then just be careful where you're pointing your gun at, and as soon as you see him, fire. Yeah. I've gotten grabbed by him so many times.
Dr. Lee, your presence is urgently requested by Chief Cartwright in the East area.
Yeah, so up here is where I made my second save. So up here, we're going to put away the spark shot, the gunpowder large, the ink ribbon, well, if you're saving here, the grenade, the high power rounds, after reloading the SLS, to make sure the SLS is reloaded and put the rest of the rounds away, or the ammo away, and then take out the grenade launcher, the high power rounds, for reloading, yes, and then all flame rounds. Yeah, you want all the flame rounds and the SLS. Because up here we got 3 zombies to deal with, and some ivory plants. But with these ivory plants coming up, do not worry about them whatsoever until later. Because even if you do kill them now, it was kind of like in the original. If you kill them now, they're going to spawn back later anyway, so there's really no point in killing them. And then we got some white gunpowder up here. Yes, don't worry about him. They take forever in standing up, so you don't have to worry about them. Don't grab that flash grenade until later. And then 3123 for this, and then 2067 for the other one. Yeah, they take their sweet time in standing up. So by the time they're fully stood up, you're way past them. So you don't have to worry about that. Grab, what is that vaccine? Now there is an enemy right up here.
Manual mode engaged. Adjust amount of solution to match cartridge capacity.
Yeah, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green. But there is an enemy up here. If you use the knife against him, then you'll be able to get around him easily. And then grenade there. And then some ammo, some gunpowder right there. Combine that with the white powder, and then we'll get some acid rounds that we can use later on. Yeah, so he's gonna grab you. Just use your knife against him, and you'll be able to get around him. That's actually how I handle all the ivory plants around here. It's just use defense items against them, as you'll see coming up. I don't think I killed any of them with the gun. And then the gunpowder here. So up here we do have the liquors. Well, 3 zombies first. So you just take your SLS and then just shoot them all in the head. However, the last one was being pain in the ass and actually wouldn't die, so I had to use the rest of the rounds on him. If you have to use all your rounds on him, it's fine, because you're gonna have enough for later anyways. Yeah, he wouldn't die on me. But after this, we got a liquor coming up. Now, for this first part here, all you want to do is, there's a green herb right there, is sneak past the liquor. There are flame rounds in this room here, but I'm going to grab them later. But just sneak past this liquor here. Just stick to the left wall here. As soon as he drops down, walk up a little bit here. Stop until he moves up a little bit. And then run right past him and go through the door and be alright. Now, we're going to kill this zombie here. We're going to be taking care of those liquors here in a minute. And the reason why I didn't kill him there is because there is a second liquor that'll pop out. And it's much harder to kill. So that's why I waited. So kill those 2 zombies there. There's a third zombie up here, but you don't have to worry about her. And then equip the 2 gunpowders together. Grab the modulator. But yeah, the reason why I didn't kill the liquor though is because there's the second liquor that'll pop out, and then it makes it much harder later on, or it makes it much harder to kill them. So that's why I wait till later on. Now with the grenade or with the acid rounds, there's a chance you can get up to 10 or 11 of them. If you do get 11, then you're going to be one inventory. Your inventory can be full. So yeah, shoot them. You want to shoot them 3 times here. It'll get both of them. And then shoot them again. And then shoot them a 3rd time. After the 3rd time, back up just a little bit. Now, as soon as you see the other liquor, the one will be dead, but there will still be one alive. As soon as you see him, shoot him. Because if you don't, he will jump up on the ceiling as you saw there. And then he'll jump down on you and you'll take damage from it. So yeah, you try to be a little bit quick as possible. So back to the acid rounds in a second, because we get the modulator. So yeah, move right once, put it on Murph, move right once, and then yeah, I'll let the title explain it for itself, and then I'll explain this. So if your inventory is full, you're gonna have to go back to your save, into the save room coming up here, coming up on the right hand side. You're gonna have to put something away, and then you have to come all the way back to this room over here.
Damn. Should have packed my...
Cooling complete.
There is some gunpowder here, but you really don't need it. That's in case you did forget to pick up any gunpowder later on, or before. That zombie there, the only way that zombie comes alive is if you start shooting at her. So you don't have to worry about her whatsoever. But yeah, if you wind up getting 11 acid rounds instead of 10, then you'll just have to go back to the save over here, put something back. We got the knife there. So here you just want to put away the flame rounds, the grenade launcher, acid rounds, high power or high gunpowder, and then take out all defensive items that you have. Take out every single defensive item that you have. Which at this point, with everything that we picked up earlier, you should have way more than enough. Plus that flash grenade that I told you not to pick up yet, we'll be picking that up here as soon as we get back into that room. But I do this because you can use the flame rounds against him, and you should have enough. By the end of the game, I believe I had 7 flame rounds. I think. I'm not sure. But I wanted to make sure that this was going to be safe, just in case you were low on flame rounds. So I just took every defensive item that I had, and I used it against them. But yeah, if you want to use the flame rounds against them, I would. But normally I think here I get grabbed by 2 up here. And then I think I get grabbed by 1 or 2 after picking up the cartridge. Yeah, I get grabbed by him. And then Yeah, when coming back into this room though, after we come right back
So
into
much
this
for the
room,
bleed
there is
infestation.
going to be one of those plants as soon as you get into the room. So you want to stick
A dangerous
straight to the left.
solution without proper
As soon as you go through the door, go
Your
straight to the
actions
left.
have been
And then
logged,
around to
and
the
you
other
may
door.
be subject
So
to
after picking this
disciplinary
up, the plants are
measures.
going to come back to life. Yeah, okay, I didn't get grabbed by him, but I got grabbed by him. So I think he was the only one. So 3 basically in total. If you're looking at it, I'd say 4 all together in this room. Four is really the safest, or the most that I've ever seen. And then plus these 2 over here, which you're only going to be grabbed by 1. Yeah, and that one room back there was only about 4 in total. But all together it's 5. So you might be looking at maybe 6-ish. I doubt it. I don't know. But even so, you have enough defensive items anyways. And you really don't need anything else until later. I mean, with G3, you can use a flash grenade against him if you want to. But if he's getting ready to jump up at you and swipe, then you can use a flash grenade. But really, this is going to be an acid round fight anyways. Plus, with the SLS, the 2 shots. So up here, all we got to do for the last inventory slot, or for the, not the last one, but for the chest, put away the flash grenades, unless if you do want to use them against G3. I mean, you can use them all if you wanted to, because we won't be needing any more. And then yeah, we got the module here, but you want to put away the grenade, the single modulator, and take out all high gunpowders, and then all gunpowder large, and then 3 regular gunpowders, and the grenade launcher, the healing items, the SLS, and the high power rounds. But take out everything else after getting all the acid rounds combined in everything. So basically, you want to combine like high
Thank God.
or large gunpowders
Antiviral
with the
agent.
white gunpowders.
Gotta get back to Sherry.
Don't combine 2 white gunpowders together, because then you're gonna get combine them all the same way that I do, and you should be all right. But yeah, don't combine like 2 regular gunpowders together, because then you're gonna get handgun ammo. If you combine the 2 whites together, you're going to get the other gun that was in the RPD, or yeah, in the RPD that I never grabbed, that you don't need anyways. But if you combine like the large and the white, then you're gonna get the acid rounds. This is probably going to be the biggest menu though, because this does take forever in combining everything. You can combine, as you saw me do earlier, you can combine a lot of them as you're moving on, progressing through the game, and it does make it a little bit faster. But I normally just like to wait until I get to this point before I just do it all. You have plenty of time to do all this anyways. So by the end of this, we should have about 30... What is it? 30... 35. Okay. And 35 is more than enough to take care of G3. As a matter of fact, I was left over with 4 acid rounds by the end of the fight. As long as you take the SLS too, and then take some healing items if you need it as well. But yeah, take the SLS and the rest of the bullets, and then we're going to use them against G3. Now make sure when you use the SLS against him to always shoot him in the eyes, because it does make it a lot, it will push his next phase a lot quicker.
Class A detected. Flash until target is neutralized.
Yeah, just take the SLS, shoot him in the eye, Don't worry about the second eye just yet because he will come charging at you. Now, with the flame round there, if you had the flame round in your gun, then don't worry about taking that out. You can actually use the flame round against him. That'll help too. I did kind of forget about that. But yeah, if you have a flame round, just use it against him. That'll help too. But this is basically the whole fight if you shoot him with the grenade launcher. I had a lot of close calls in this fight though. A lot of close calls, as you'll see. But yeah, this is basically the whole fight. That's it. However, I did take the SLS here in a second and shoot him in the eye there. Just so I can knock him into a second phase. Yeah, so if he does that, if he goes and picks that up, and just runs to this corner here, it looks like you're going to get hit, but you're not going to get hit. You won't get hit at all. Now, once he gets knocked into his third phase, he's going to go to one of those white things on the wall there. And that was a close call. And lift it up and try to toss it down. And once you get there, I'll show you exactly what to do. It's really simple. Just run either to the left or right hand side of it. Yeah, see, there he goes. Now he's in his third phase. Yeah, just run to the right or left. And you'll be alright. Now, I'm not sure if the acid rounds are going to do any damage while he was in the middle of doing that, so I waited until he was done and then I shot him. Yeah, once it gets down to, I believe, about 4 or 5 acid rounds, that's the end of the fight. That was a close call. That was a very close call. If you do get hit, though, there is a first aid spray that you can grab. Unless you already have some healing items. But yeah. Sorry. A lot of this was a little bit speedy-wise. Of me explaining a lot of stuff because there was so much going on in RPD1.
Target has been neutralized. Ending quarantine.
So there's a grenade up here. I thought it was right there, but it was actually right there. Yeah, there's a grenade right there. Make sure to pick that up. Because by the last fight, we're going to need 7 grenades. And then there's some spark shot needles right there. Necessarily, you don't really need the spark shot anymore. I mean, you can use it in the last fight if you want to. First aid spray. You can use it in the last fight or against the ivories. Although I heard with the ivories that they don't really take a lot of damage from the spark shot. That's why I carried the acid rounds, and I believe I carried the flame rounds. I'm not sure. But whatever ammo you have left between the acid rounds and the flame rounds, make sure to carry the rest of that with you, because we just got a few more enemies to deal with, and then we should be good. So not much here. We just got to make our way back up to Sherry.
Sherry. Can you walk faster?
And then we got the full-fledged ID wristband, which means we can go anywhere we want, but we only need to go one more spot.
To the bottom level train platform.
So up here in this elevator, I'm not 100% sure, but
Let's get the
it
hell out.
seemed like that the story, or it wasn't really progressing until I moved back close to Sherry. Yeah, so I think stand by Sherry the whole time, because I think if you're too far away from her, the dialogue won't happen between Claire and Sherry. So we got a first aid there. There's a knife here. However, you may not need it. The only time you actually really need it is if there's a zombie. There's one zombie that we still have to deal with. So here, grab or put away the needle cartridges, and then grab any first aid sprays or healing items that you need, and then take out the 7 grenades. Yeah, there is one zombie though that he only has 50 HP, and anything from a knife to a handgun to the grenade launcher, anything will take him out because he's so low in health. So these plants up here, you don't have to worry about them whatsoever. Just keep running, keep going. Turn left here. There's one right there. You don't have to worry about him. Like I said, they take forever in standing up, so you don't have to worry about them. Green herb there. So here, whatever you got between your acid rounds and flame rounds, just use them against the plants here. It should take up 3 shots before Sherry opens up the door.
I think I can
I believe. Yeah, because you'll shoot them, they'll drop down, and then they'll stand right back up. I believe that's if you're using the acid rounds. They do that every time with the acid rounds. I'm not sure how they react to flame rounds though. I kind of forgot. It's been many years since I used the flame rounds against them. But he's going to stand back up, and he's going to drop down, shoot him down.
Detonation.
And then he's going to stand back up right there. Yeah, he's going to stand back up, shoot him down again. And by the time the last one stands back up, Sherry will already have the door open. So you don't have to really use the acid rounds against him. So up here is that zombie with the 50 HP. Just shoot him with whatever you want. I wouldn't really use the knife against them because I don't know if the flames will do damage to you or not. So yeah, I would just either acid rounds, flame rounds, or if you actually have your handgun.
I'm right behind you. Atta girl. I think we're almost out of here.
So up here, just gonna put away the grenade launcher and then any healing items that you need. However, do be careful of how many slots you have left, because you at least need 2 slots for the thing that we're gonna pick up here on the tram car.
Worth a try.
So yeah, make sure you at least have 2 slots left over. But I didn't need that much healing anyways. I only got hit once during this fight.
Detonation.
Alright, so with this last fight here, he'll jump onto the tram car. You could take the Gatling gun and start shooting at him. But just like the same with a lot of the stuff, you always want to listen out for the audio cues. Like, I believe, what did Claire say here? Oh yeah, why won't you just die? Yeah, as soon as she says that, move either right or left. Toss a hand grenade at him. And then try to keep your distance from him because he will start charging at you. So the basic goal here is either stand at either ends of the tram car. He'll climb the wall too. When he climbs the wall and jumps down, start moving like that because he will jump off and he will jump right on you if you don't move right away. But yeah, just stand at either side of the tram cars because he'll do that charging attack and he'll actually hit you if you're not on either side. So that's why I took my That's why I had a close call there. But like I said, I did get hit. Yeah, just as soon as you get opportunities like that, just keep tossing the hand grenades at him. Yeah, so it's like you're on that side like that. He was climbing the wall. I did not think that was going to hit him, but it did and knocked him off the wall. I think that is a trophy too, by the way. Which I did get before. So this is where I got hit because I should have gone to the end of the tram car. And I didn't, and it cost me. Alright, so he should be knocked into his final phase right here, which all he's going to be doing is crawling. And then at that point, just keep your distance from him, and then just shoot him with a Gatling gun. Yeah, back up a little bit, try to get a little bit of distance from him, and then just keep shooting. And he's done. And there you go. We got the S rank with player. And we got the Gatling gun as a weapon. And that's Resident Evil 2. So that was Resident Evil 2 Remake. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, then let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Later.